Los Ratones is doing something insane. They're beating some of the best teams in Europe.
The haters are silent!
They're pulling insane viewership, and Riot has changed the rules just for them.
Los Ratones are going to the LEC. The LEC literally just decided, hey, we're getting rid of the winter split and we're bringing in Los Ratones.
This is the story of how Los Ratones became one of the most influential teams in all of esports.
Los Ratones! They take the win! They take the win! Week 104!
By now, most of you already know that Los Ratones are making headlines across the entire esports scene. But to really understand why that's happening, we need to take a closer look at the players themselves. Who are they and why they carry so much influence? Because this isn't just another roster. Each player brings history, reputation, and a built-in audience. And when you combine that all under one team, the impact goes far beyond the game itself. First, we'll start with the creator of the team, Kadril. He began his professional League of Legends career in 2015, working his way up through the competitive scene. Over the next few years, he climbed to the highest level in Europe, eventually playing in the LCS. That period marked the peak of his pro career. In 2020, after a difficult season, he decided to retire from professional play. Instead of stepping away from the scene, he transitioned into casting later that same year. He quickly became one of the more respected voices in the game, and in 2021, he won Best Analyst of the Year. Instead of stepping away from the scene, he transitioned into casting later that same year. He quickly became one of the more respected analytical voices in the game. After several years on the broadcast desk, he stepped away in 2023 to fully focus on streaming, and that move paid off. He began co-streaming major League of Legends events, building a massive audience and becoming one of the biggest community figures in the scene. In 2024, he won Community Leader of the Year, further cementing his influence in the esports. And later that same year, he announced the biggest move yet.
I'm starting an esports team in League of Legends. The roster is the Baus top lane, Velia in the jungle, Nemesis mid lane, Crowny AD carry, and Reckless on support.
Starting off with Reckless. Reckless, he's 29 years old and from Sweden, and he plays support for Los Ratones. He's also the most decorated player on the roster. Over the course of his career, he's won the LEC 4 times, earned multiple MVP awards, and was a part of T1's world-winning roster as a substitute. Even though he didn't play on the stage during that run, being a part of the World Championship team still adds to his legacy. What surprised many people was his decision to join as a support. After speaking with Kadril about the project, Reckless made it clear that he wanted to join.
So then I was like not really thinking about support much because I had to focus on jungle. Natty used Velia, Natty Velia, lots of back and forth, lots of talking to each. Eventually went with Velia, and then all of a sudden I was just like talking to Reckless one day chilling, and we were talking about the team and shit, and he was like, bro, I'd be down. And I'd be like, what the fuck? So then I don't know where Reckless came in with the fucking steel chair, and he hopped into the roster, and that's how the roster was made.
Velia, he's 23 years old. He's from Serbia and plays jungle for Los Ratones. Compared to the other names on the roster, he's relatively unknown. He's been playing professionally since 2019, but not on a higher level. Kadril, he said that he wanted someone less established in the jungle role, a player with potential rather than a big name. Nemesis actually recommended Velia after watching some of his streams, which ultimately led him to joining the team.
Kadril wanted to take like a rookie jungler, so our team isn't just like 5x pros or something like that. How did you find Velia? I heard about him from certain people in Slovenia, and then I saw some streams of him and solo queue, and yeah.
Then there's Nemesis in the mid lane. Nemesis, he's 23 years old and he's from Slovenia. At his peak, he was considered one of the strongest mid laners in Europe. He competed at Worlds alongside Reckless, which was a major achievement of his. However, that period also came with a lot of scrutiny. Over time, he developed a reputation as someone who was difficult to work with. That narrative followed him for years and ended up destroying his pro career.
Yeah, like it was basically just like going to high school and getting bullied by 500 people every day. Like I couldn't take it.
In the top lane you have Baus. Baus is 26 years old, also from Sweden, and is widely known as the Zion legend. His professional career was short, spanning from 2019 to 2020, but he became far more famous as a streamer. He rose to popularity in 2020 thanks to his unconventional playstyle and upbeat personality, something that stood out in a scene where many players tend to be more toxic.
We chilly!
And finally, in the ADC role, there's Crowny. Crowny is 27 years old and from Slovenia. He has one of the longer competitive careers on the team, starting back in 2014. He won the LEC in 2023 and has competed at Worlds. However, his time with the former team, BDS, now known as Shifters, also came with a lot of controversy. That's something we'll come back to later.
Los Ratones.
Los Ratones.
Los Ratones.
Los Ratones.
Or Los Ratones.
Los Ratones.
To understand why Los Ratones had such a massive impact, we also need to take a look at how it started, and I'll keep this part brief. Los Ratones spent most of their time competing in Tier 2 tournaments, and they weren't just participating, they were dominating.
Come on, Bows, heal up! That's my boy! Again! Again! 3 times! He's just won the game! 3 plays! Just trust Bowsy, another double! Another fucking double! Valia got the Falcons! Valia got the Falcons! That's gotta be it, right? Cody flashes in! Cody flashes in! That's gotta be it!
They won nearly every event they entered, including the NLC, Winter, Spring and Summer Split in 2025. On top of that, they also won the EMEA, Winter and Spring, before being knocked out in the quarterfinals during the Summer Split.
Sucks to lose like in this fashion, I think. That's why it feels so bad. If it was closer series or closer games, it wouldn't feel so fucking bad. But no, it just feels so shit because the games were stomps from minute 1 to end of game, every game, same.
At that point it was made clear that they were operating above Tier 2 level. Fans wanted to see them compete at the top in the LEC, but there was a problem. The LEC is a franchise league. To compete, organizations have to buy a permanent slot, and those slots are both extremely rare and incredibly expensive. Rumors have suggested that prices go as high as 20 million euros. Because of that, it seemed almost impossible for Los Ratones to ever reach that league. Or at least, that's what everyone believed. Because while Los Ratones were playing in tournaments that typically only attracted a few thousand viewers, their matches were peaking around 360,000 viewers, numbers close to what the LEC itself was drawing. Riot Games saw it clearly. The LEC had been struggling with declining viewerships, and the wider Western ecosystem, especially North America, had taken major hits these recent years. So on October 23rd, Riot announced a major structural change.
2 ERL teams will join the mix. The EMEA Masters Summer Champions and the best performing team across the 2025 EMEA Masters season. And yes, you guessed it, the latter is Los Ratones.
The EMEA Summer Split champion and the most consistent ERL team would receive an invitation to compete at the LEC Winter Split, and that announcement sent shockwaves through the community. It showed that their influence had grown too large to overlook. And in many ways, this was just the beginning of the most unexpected underdog story in modern league esports.
I mean, I'm just going to be super clear. They are not that good. They're really like they are right now fighting for 10th place. Like
I
if
think
they're
they
lucky.
will win a game, and like that's my hot take. Is like they're not going to go 0-11, guys. I don't think so. And if they do, you know, egg on my face.
I think they will go 0-11. That's where I'm at. I think they're going to go 0-11.
Based on scrims, do you think the standings make sense? I don't even know if I can say this. Try to say it. I'm just gonna say it. We're locked out of like teams won't scrim us after week 1. So I don't know how people are doing, you know. They don't want to scrim us because we do bad in week 1 and now we're gonna fuck their shit up, okay? Bro, you act like you're better than us, we're gonna beat you. We're gonna beat all of you. So we're scrimming ERL teams. We're not scrimming LEC teams. Like, it's crazy. It's crazy. Putting disrespect on our name is like that. It's so crazy. We're gonna fuck them all up.
Los Ratones, they began their LEC run with a difficult opening week. They faced Fnatic, Carmine Corp and KC's talent roster right away. A brutal introduction to the league. The games ended up in tough losses, and it was clear that the team needed time to adjust. Several players hadn't competed at the highest level in years, and getting back into the rhythm of the LEC wasn't just easy. But those early losses also had another consequence. Most of the LEC teams were hesitant to play scrims, which made practice even more difficult. Improvement had to come the hard way.
What? Pause! 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 That's bullshit!
No, now Crownie's gone too.
What?
Lads in front of Baron.
What? He was clicking in!
Damage KCB! Reckless still wishing he was an AD carry right now. An insane finish. Optimistic about Los Ratones.
We go tomorrow.
But there's not a lot to
This game was unplayable from the first.
But sometimes you come in
15 minutes.
You know, you level up for
But in week 2, the momentum started to shift. They opened up against Giant X in a game that looked promising for long stretches, but in late game they slipped away. But still, something felt different. The team looked more confident and more coordinated. The next day they faced Team Heretics, and this was where things really started to click. Nemesis, he stepped up in a huge way, delivering one of his strongest performances of the split. It felt like this team had finally settled in.
Velya's in the pit.
3K getting lower. Team Heretics.
Oh, he's only gonna stall it! He's only gonna stall it! That's my jungler! That's my jungler! No, Crowny. Crowny, live! Crowny, live! Bossy, get back on the bicycle! Nemi, say something! Oh, say something to me! Say something! I'm getting up on you! Hell no, I'm not! Hell no, I'm not! I'll never give up on them! Never give up on them, bro! That's the Toonies! That's the fucking Toonies! Come on, baby! Come on, baby! The chase! Nice! Now we can do Baron or Elder! Oh, just kill the Nautilus! Just kill! Bang! Bang! Baron Elder! Baron Elder! Surely the Toonies get the win!
Damn late. Los Ratones on the board. And Nemesis is not going down without a fight as he continues to carry team fight after team fight.
Oh, thank God, man.
Wow.
No, I'm sorry for getting emotional. It's only one LEC best of one win, you know, but like the last few weeks have been so fucking
Brilliant game
hard.
from Los Ratones. I mean,
Oh my God.
Some fumbles in the earlier stages.
They put so much work in, and there's so much good stuff.
The steal on the Baron, the countless 2v1 maneuvers. The skill
No, I
shots
never cry on
dodged,
stream,
Nemesis
but man.
completely on fire.
And it's only a best of one win, and it's not even like the top team, but bro,
on X. All solid options.
the last few weeks have been
But,
so chopped.
Here we are. Here we are.
Then came the matchup against Shifters. At first it looked completely lost, but this was the game where Bowsy showed exactly why he's so dangerous. His Gregis performance turned fight that had no business being won. At the same time, you could see the emotion from Crowny, playing against his former organization. There was a clear frustration.
Coming out as well. Crowny healed up. Flashes. Not the midway.
Scheiße. I don't know if we should be TPing there, Baus. Okay. Oh!
Yeets them back into the team. Velia caught out with those tangle barbs, jumped in with the shield bolt, but doesn't have the damage. And in the end, Shifters will win out on the fight.
We can't die there.
Shoved it. Because he looks for Crowny, seismic shove into the unraveled earth, immediately stuns up the Caitlyn.
Oh, this game is
and
completely
Shifters
cooked.
shift their attention towards the Baron. That Lucian spoke so
Yeah,
much Korean.
this game is completely cooked.
He was putting up the enhanced recall from that mid lane quest. Shifters will take one Nexus tower. Baus looking for that flank position. Gets onto Baduk's explosive cast to get the knockback, but Trimmy goes in with a pop blossom and finds the back line. Reckless already down. Velia falling lower.
Wait, Talia's dead though.
Baus still doing a lot of work with Carter.
Wait, Vi's dead too.
Nemesis! Come on, Nemesis! Yo, we defend their base! We defend their base! You don't take the Toonies down that easy! Come on, baby! Come on, we defend their base! Come on now!
A ton of damage. 15 stack Medjai's the trap onto Nuke. Almost the Baron.
Got the Baron! Got the Baron! Got the Baron! Belsey, don't watch it too deep, Belsey! Look the Lucian! That's the bomber! That's the bomber! Yo, look the Talia! Yummy! Heal him, Ricky! Heal him, Ricky! Ba 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 ba!
Nemesis and yet.
Flash combo! Belsey finds the Talia! Belsey finds the Talia! Come on now! Come on now! 2v4! 2v4!
Kill him, kill him. Kill.
Nice.
Fuck you, Shifters! Fuck you! Fucking go!
Baba! 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 That's 2 on the board! That's gotta be 2 on the board! That's the Toonies! That's the Toonies! That's them! That's them! That's the comeback!
By week 3, Los Ratones were facing against the giants of Europe. G2 and MKOI were waiting, 2 of the strongest teams in the league. But the Reds, they did not back down. The game against MKOI was very chaotic and explosive. It was the kind of match where every fight felt decisive.
I mean, it doesn't matter.
Scheiße.
away of Koi.
Reckless has gone to Timbuktu here. Crowley left on his lonesome underneath the tower. Is going to get healed.
Wait, WTP.
WTP!
WTP! That's what I'm talking about! That's what I'm talking about!
But with the tidal wave coming out, Jojo has to flash over it.
Yes! Come on, Crowley! Come on, Crowley! Yo, we're not doing too bad!
For Los Ratones as Elioya and Super going to try and take the rift out here.
What?
Elioya buffering the Flag and Dragon.
Bouncy! Bouncy! That's my boy! That's my boy! Bouncy! Hey, yo! No flash, Jarvan!
Bal says, nah, I'd win!
True shot barrage. Arcane shift forward from Super. Still onto Crowny. Super's looking forward. Can't quite get the damage.
What are we doing?
Super takes the kill. Crowny falls next. Super needs to dodge behind.
What are we doing?
Still landing the mystic shots. Now Arcane shift.
What are we doing? What's going on over there?
No one found guilty as they try and jump onto Bounce. The
Scheiße.
dragon down low as Elioya wins the snipe by Belia flashing forward, but there's no shockwave on him. Nemesis is not close enough. Belia falls. I didn't see the shockwave. It looks like it went off.
There was a shockwave right at the start of the
fight.
Yeah, Wolf's pass. Channel it. Now, pass now. On anyone. Flash off the Jarvan! No, that was his ear. Maybe it's fine.
With his life, with the footwork. Belia now a little bit overextended as Jojo and Elioya on the flank. Bounce gets the stun onto the back.
Bounce holds out too! Bounce holds out too! Bounce holds out too! Dahlia's gonna kill the Azir! Down goes the Jarvan! Down goes the K-Star as well! Surely we can admit! Surely we can admit! Don't let him get the wave! Don't let him get the wave! That's what I'm talking about! That's what I'm talking about! That's a 3-game win streak! That's a 3-game win streak! That's what I'm talking about! That's what I'm talking about! Hey, hey! That's the boys! That's the boys! Once again! Down us! See what happens!
And against G2, they pushed just as hard, proving that they could stand toe-to-toe with the very best.
Help with the bows. Craps has help on the way, but how quickly can they get there?
Oh, what a pick set up from the Solar Landers, as you said. Stumon coming to help out, but the burst now is massive. Cap slowed down. Charge again! Fausto runs out of room. Stumon already pops into the ulti for the world and it needs to chase onto Nemesis. It needs a kill for the reset. Tidal wave to disengage Hansama, who's trying to snap engage. Maybe a small mistake, but Khan's caught! Crowny saves a counterplay. Crowny has popped the Transcendence with a TP from Bounce. G2 must run. A charge is on the way to catch them with their pants down. G2 are lined up. Stands up, and here's the play! It consumes Europe again! Caps is trying to escape in a realm warp, but a triple over to Crowny, and the Rats are doing it again!
The haters are silent! The doubters denied! Los Ratones are taking the scalp of every team in Europe!
Where were you when the ERLs rose up? Everyone thought this team was out of their depth, Dagda, but look at them now.
However, the momentum didn't last forever. Their match against Na'Vi was one-sided, and Los Ratones were clearly outmatched that day. Going into week 4, the score stood at 4-4, and playoffs, it was within reach. They needed strong results. Their first match against SK went exactly how they hoped.
SK are out! Los Ratones! They take the win! They take the win! Week 1, 0-4! The bounce back to 5!
Suddenly, qualifications didn't feel so unrealistic. One more victory, and it would guarantee a spot in the group stage, even with a loss. Then came the final game against Vitality. For most of the match, Los Ratones were in control. They were building a lead, and it dictated the pace of the game. But they couldn't convert that advantage into a win, and slowly, the game slipped away.
No! Belia and Nemesis there with a face seal to catch his 3, but it's just not in.
Oh, we were so close. Oh, we had that.
Wow.
Now our fate is in God's hands in the LEC.
After that, the fate depended on other results. And unfortunately, the results didn't go their way.
We're gonna do it, you know what I mean?
Alright, is this,
yeah,
are
not
you
much
about
to
to
say.
feed me, like, the
I
fans
guess the world
believe in
just...
you, but I need to understand, we're always talking about G2 plot armor.
Some things just don't work out, you know.
Plot armor there again. Is this another, oh, we're gonna pretend nothing happened in regular season and we're right back to the script is normal?
Well, thank you all for... thank you all for being with the LR run. Shout out to everyone who believed. It was kind of crazy, you know.
There's a lot of rookies right now in this
but we were very close, but we didn't make it.
They make me feel this way, you know.
So I'll go away for a few days, and
I will do it until the day I retire, for sure.
Sure. I like it. I like that attitude. Final thoughts. That's the last best of one. We have to see.
I'll yeah.
you ready to be back into Fearless?
Yes, of course.
Easy, simple.
I'll probably know what to say in a few days. But yeah, thank you all for coming out. That's the Los Ratones. And yeah, I'll see you guys soon.
Los Ratones, they missed playoffs, but even so, the split delivered some of the most entertainment and intense games in the recent LEC history. And if this run proved anything, it's that this team belongs in the conversation. The question is now whether this was just a one-time run. For now, it remains unclear if Los Ratones is gonna keep playing together. This was for many players a last career move that really meant a lot. And for the viewers, it was the people's team, but this also meant a lot for the players. So missing playoffs was detrimental.